Okay, people, so we're live again. But hold on. I need to make sure that this is working now. Hold on. Excuse me. I should be live normally, but all I can see on my channel in the app is a black screen. What's going on? Okay. Is it working? Hold on. There's some delay. Why am I so far behind in this? Okay, damn it, can't I watch my channel live? Wait, what? No, wait, shit. No, I'm not watching the live channel now. I was watching the VOD. God damn it. Let me watch the channel live already. The app is so buggy. Excuse me, there's really something wrong with my channel at the moment, or my laptop, I don't know. One or the other. It's not at 80% CPU utilization anymore, at least. So that part seems to be fixed. Stream manager, yeah. There we go, okay. Am I that far behind? I know, okay, there we go, okay. I can see the image moving now, okay. So the stream seems to be fixed. Excuse me. But if the image was frozen for like an hour and there was no one there to tell me... Would you like to try your hand against the almighty Mono machine? I should always have the stream playing on some other device or something right next to me, but I don't have enough devices to be able to do that without causing potentially some issues with my own internet connection. I'm just checking that I have 100% of items. Yeah, I do. Okay. So that hasn't changed. And so Monokuma is in the gym. We need to get to the gym, to Monokuma. Kyoko, I don't mind so much, but Makoto is supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought it reacts. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
None.
So what if I did? What would you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. I survived the execution. I got my punishment. It's not against the rules, I guess. There's nothing in the rules that say that the person executed has to die, right? Now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. What? But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? Huh? I lose? You explain yourself. What do you mean by that? Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me. I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about? But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that. And in response to that unexpected development, You reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery, alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it. Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did. So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto? And you can prove this, right?
So,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine to make such bold claims without a shred of evidence? I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some. Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type. If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life. Feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by despair you so love to inspire. But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts. And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence? It's not you I'm trying to convince. If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased, huh? Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right. Despair can never kill hope. Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it, because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. If you want to earn our despair fair and square, then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours? To do Mukuro's trial over again, only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial. It's time for one last showdown of final despair. One final despair between hope and despair. Okay. Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown, in other words. And now I can't watch my own stream? What is going on? Again. I know, okay. It's working. Sorry. And what about the previous stream then? Let me watch the video again, because it was frozen, but was it really frozen? Or was it just the app not showing me things or the way they should have been shown? Videos. The previous stream. Seems like it had been frozen for quite some time. God damn it. I even found the point at which it happened. Yeah, for 53 minutes! The stream was frozen in the previous part. I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about that. It's too late now. It's what happened during these 50 minutes is lost to time. This would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Barry. Well, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now, what you've just suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax. Does that mean you accept? If you do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory? Let's have one final grisly showdown, he agreed. Then we still have a shot at this. But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end. So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right, every last mystery that's pawing around the school, if you can do that. And then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
そうね。
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school, then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? Hehehe, I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
いいわ
When we've
ね。
uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
ね
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
どうかした
I remember that, for sure. So what? I
ね
just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that, huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception, then it's part of the regulations, which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I've told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
ね
Are you telling the truth? Why did you go quiet all of a sudden? I'm done talking, I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable. I think he realized what he just said. It means that it's a student who killed Mukuro. Leave me alone, get out of here. Okay, I'm going. So the mastermind isn't actually in the school itself, probably. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair. Boop, 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 boop.
ね
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay.
ブーブーブーブーブー
Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Arigato, Kyoko-san! Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
だけど
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal, but honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
それは
They had no choice but to accept, huh? It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
それ
I
は
wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that. And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable. You don't
So-
exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off. And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
つ
But
まり
think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason? They had to show the world something no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world. The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
つま
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world? But why? To
そう
prove a point, most likely. Prove a point? The
No.
outside world has a name for the students of Hope Speak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
そうよ
And for those of us who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
そうね
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer? I know how angry it must make you, and yet that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What? Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter. At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it, and that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves. And that is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me. Yeah. I guess that's true. Hold on a second, I want to check something. Yeah, I ordered games, and I was just checking to see if it was sent to me already. Because I placed my order yesterday, and they still haven't sent anything. And it's supposed to be delivered tomorrow, so weird. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me. So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work. Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion. To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form. It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations, but all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge. Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance, because you believed in me. Another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue. In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic. Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time. Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There is no option except to win. But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone? Is that really possible? Anyway, right now we have to go find the others. They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go? Who do you think is it then? Hiro? I can't imagine Aoi being it. Toko, maybe, I guess. I don't know. Hiro always seems to be so over the top and making jokes about everything and turning everything into a damn show because he's always so silly. So I don't know. Maybe he's hiding who he really is. He would be hiding it well anyway. Anyway, right now we have to go find the others. They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? The dorms. The dining hall, maybe. That's kind of part of the dorms, I guess. And suddenly we were greeted with... Okay. You again. Is that an IP address? 103.2.1.255. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limits. Jeez, what the heck? I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah!
苗木だよね。
Is that Makoto?
みんな、やっぱり苗木だ。どの角度から見ても苗木だよ。
You stink! Go take a shower.
生きてたの
You
ね
survived?
まったくゴキブリ並みのしぶとさだな。
念のために聞いとくけど、幽霊じゃねえよな。
Everyone was there, all my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up.
なんだ
Wait, what's that smell?
なんだ
Yeah,
これ
man, that seriously stinks. Makoto, he smells like a wet dog. Get away, shoo, shoo. And in a flash, my tears dried up. Go take a bath. Kyoko-san,
苗木くん
there's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
なんだ
Explain? Explain what? But is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you? Let's
そう
relate it for what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
つま
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial. What? Seriously? What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No, I didn't do it like I keep telling you.
違うの
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course it's not me or any of you. Then who is it? What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind. What, you're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
そう
That's right, it was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it. But his decision meant that he would be the one to die. You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You made it make it sound like it was easy. I just, you know,
で
but
も
executing Makoto, who wasn't the blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules, which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
そう
Very observant of you. I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to. Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, knowing all this, what do we do now?
それってさ
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind, but there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right?
とに
You
かく
probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone? Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
とにかく
Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say.
でも
But figuring out who the mastermind is and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries. It's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all the mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
ええ
That's what I thought too, at first, until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint. It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
なるほどな。
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable. Huh? But why?
つま
If the
り
mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in the school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there is no way he could have disguised the scene like that. But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is one of us. There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. Well, the only one to never appear on the pictures, who is it? There was one student who never appeared in the pictures we found. Who was it again? I don't think it was Hifumi. It was not Celeste. It was not Sayaka. It was not Leon. Was it Taka? I can't recall who it was. But there was one who never appeared in any of the pictures. So the mastermind would have to be one of them? And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue or do you get it now? Yeah, unless one of them isn't really dead, but I don't know if that's possible. You're saying the mastermind is one of us? You can't be serious. Well, whoever it is, they're hiding it pretty well. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Monokuma might have just said all of that to confuse us. It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. What are the ultimate stuff again? Moral compass? Fluent progeny? Is it Hifumi? Dunno. Clairvoyant? Pop sensation? Detective? Swimming pro? Ultimate martial artist? Gambler? I really don't know. Can't say it's not possible, but if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active? Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret. I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times. Then maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way you could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. But it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
まあいいだろう
Magnanimous, I guess. The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway. At this point, I can rely only on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left this dining hall. Yeah, master, he didn't take me with him. Do you blame him? Without master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. You're totally useless, so bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone, and you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko? That's right. It just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me. In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too. Wait, how come? Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hina? I guess I'll do the same thing. I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know? But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto. Yeah, that's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless. So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two. Indeed. So you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko? Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together. That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground, and then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right. Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to go check. Monokuma said all the doors in the school had been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before. Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth, by any means necessary. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of the school. And then we can all escape together. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Isaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Places to check has been added to the truth bullet section. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna stop here. It's noon, like on the dot, as they say. So, I'll continue tomorrow in the afternoon. I'm free all this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So that should be plenty of time to finish this game, make an overlay for the next one, maybe receive Axiom Verge 2 because I'd like to play that next if that's possible at all. But we'll see. I can't guarantee anything, but I'll try. Sorry about the technical issues earlier. I'll make this part 10, I guess. I'll export these two separate videos separately to YouTube, and next time will be part 11, I guess. And should be the finale. I don't know. Maybe. Don't know how much longer the game goes, but tomorrow I have like 5 or 6 hours straight to finish this game, so that should be enough. That should be plenty, I think. Thank you for watching. See you next time and take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.